Hello. This is Serp. This is Cult of the Lamb. You've probably noticed. I am back again. Still is not. Oh, I had an upgrade. Alright. I am back after experiencing a troubling omen yesterday evening, and then waking up from a dream having to do with being unable to escape from an underwater place which was filling up with water because the escape route was too narrow and too twisted for me to get through. So I got stuck in the dream. So, what is a soul to do with experiences like that? Well, come and record more Cult of the Lamb, I suppose. And you who are watching this on YouTube, you are welcome to leave me comments about like what you would do in that scenario if you were in it, if you want. Give me suggestions as to like healthier things to do with my fucked up experiences. It's up to you. For now though, I'm here. Perhaps feeling, if anything, even more philosophical than usual. And apparently I've already taken confession today. During the day which passes in Cultist Simulator as opposed to my life. I have an extra tent. Apparently Applejack lives here but hasn't properly claimed it. Axtel lives... Excuse me? Apparently Applejack and Axtel each live in 2 tents, and that's why these ones are extra. Had not noticed that before. Well, alright, apparently we do in fact have 2 tents then, but Applejack and Axtel have decided to claim them for, like, their own extra use or something? Fascinating. Stone. I have enough ordinary stone. I might not have enough ordinary wood. Nice to get more gold though. Alright. Speaking of it being nice to get more gold, let's get more gold for somewhat scarce resources. Not bad. I mean, I could sell gold bars for 10 gold and then forge them again for 10 gold, but why bother? Planks. Sell a stone block. A pumpkin? No, I don't want to sell my pumpkins. I want... Right, that's what I was going to do. I was going to try to explore the silk cradle in order to find beets and beet seeds so that I could try to complete this quest, because I've only failed one quest so far and I don't want to keep that up. Alright. Wait a minute. 3 more special planks and I can upgrade that house. But I need more wood to create another farming station. Or a scarecrow. Alright, this isn't the time to focus on farming right now anyway. My goodness, look at my people producing so much devotion that I have another upgrade already. It's almost ridiculous. Okay. My people are so industrious, I can hardly keep up with them. It's remarkable, really. Okay, what do I have? I don't need propaganda speakers. My workers are already outpacing my demands. My farms, however, are not, so the harvest totem is probably a good one. And let's see what I need to, I don't know. What do I need to build a harvest totem? That extra consecrated plank that I just ordered and nothing else. Well, that might be worth waiting for. But not in this order of things. My goodness, why is it so hard to select this? Okay. More like... more like that. Hold on a minute. Right. 3, 3, 6. But I can't get you guys to do more for me. What? Fine, okay. You know what? I am going to wake you up. Hello? Don't just get mad at me. Come here, Olu. Take a blessing because you haven't taken one yet. And a pet because you're a good dog. And I have something specific I want from you. I want you to refine these materials for me, thank you. I will come over here and address some farms while you're doing that. There. That's all I wanted. It's fine. Okay. I'll cook lots of food so that my people will have plenty to eat while I'm away. Yep, and you can come and have some of that while you're awake. And then you can go back to sleep because you've already done what I wanted. Spider, the meals are not for you. And what I wanted was to upgrade... What? No, what I wanted was a harvest totem. Okay. So that even whilst I am away, my people can... Well, there we go. That'll cover most of it. My people can harvest more. Get more farming done. No, I don't need to build that. They'll do that for me. I mean, I don't need to do this either. They'll do that for me as well. Jericho has reached old age. Alright. It's time to... Sure, Astarte, I'll level you up. It's okay, sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of myself either. Yellow crowd? Alright. I hope I'll get more basic wood along the way. Let's do my daily blessings. This is a disorganized way to do my daily blessings. What? Oh. No, I want to go there. How do I select the person? Axe tile, here we go. And where's Applejack? There we go. I'm not sure I benefit anything from leveling up the elderly at this point, but it seems like just generally a good thing to do anyway. Why neglect them? More gold crumbs. Time to embrace them back. Okay. You found another follower along your way. Good for you. Another mint elephant. Those are oddly popular right now. Avernum was mint colored before we changed it. Well done. And Artemis. Oh. Well, this can also happen with the missionary. I don't think I've shut it off yet this playthrough. We don't actually get the resources we were looking for. Instead, we just get a dead follower. And Axtel is terrified of death, so that spooks him. Makes sense, too. Artemis died before her time. Well, it's dangerous work going out on missions. And yet, I will still ask it of my people. Alright. Amanda is level 9. That's impressive. Okay. So let's wait on that. Come in here. Talk to my people. Several of whom are becoming aged. Collect a whole bunch of faith progress. Replenish their faith. Collect the gold from it even. And meet this newcomer. Mar. Spare you. I intend to spare you. You are a natural skeptic who will bother my people. And you're lazy. Oh well. Let's see, what names did I have aside? Ayva? Yeah, you can be Ayva. What if we... A randomized form for you selects a white bunny. A lazy white bunny. Yeah. Alright. Welcome, Ayva. For all your flaws, you'll nevertheless be welcomed. Receive my blessing. I'll make up somewhat for your natural skepticism. You see, these crops here will grow faster. So that's nice. Alright. The rest of this... Oh wow. No, this needs to be bigger. But the rest of this can pretty much be left as it is. For now. People hard at work. Let's show off summoning a demon. I mentioned that Amanda was a very high level, and that might make her a good candidate for this. Vosigus automatically collect dropped fervor and might get me more. So let's try that out. Now this does look somewhat distressing. And Amanda has been converted to a demon, which also sounds somewhat distressing. However, don't be alarmed, it's not permanent, she'll come back. And we have... Ooh. Aondel would be helpful here too. I like Vesta. Is Aondel... have you got enough rest? Yeah, it looks like you're not tired anymore. Alright. You're not tired anymore, you've had a good sleep. I'm utterly messing with your sleep schedule, but you're feeling okay. So come with me. What are you doing all the way up there? Man, these graphical glitches though. Huh. Now let's see. Akinos would have some success finding a follower. So would Attica. Potentially. There's more followers what I want right now. I do like how much I can do with them. What else might I want? Lumber, stone. You know what? Yeah, okay. Akinos, instead of going for a follower, go get me some lumber. Thank you. I can send out somebody else as well. Avernum looks like we'll have a decent measure of success getting me lumber, and I do kind of need more of that, so please help me with this. Thank you, Avernum. Collect yet more of this magnificent devotion before I go. As we progress into the mid and late game, there's always more to do back at base, and it can be hard to get away. And yet there's more to do out here as well. Now, you may have noticed I've collected a lot of gold, more than I'm doing anything with right now. So, this might be an appropriate time to start buying more people if I were to need them, and I actually will, here. If only to save poor Alon here from Helub. And because I can afford it more than perhaps was expected. Now I'm coming back here in order to prepare Anthony for burial and deal with some of this nonsense. Because this is just going to distress my people horribly until he is adequately buried. Anthony, is Alex still around? There's Alex. Okay, Alex is not still around. I believe this could go Alex, Amanda, Anthony. And I'm not clear with myself whether there was really supposed to be an extra patch back here or behind the church. However, having buried Anthony helps our morale a little bit. And recruiting Elon here, they're all elephants right now, not sure why, will help some more, especially since Elon is naturally obedient. That helps. I want blue. I was considering calling our AZ follower Azir. However, on the suggestion of Stel, I will instead go with Azriel. However, I will keep the bright blue of Azure. Receive my blessing. Thank you. Yep. Didn't mean to select that. Now I will start actually refining gold because I've got so much of it, and some of my advanced structures will require refined gold bars. I don't really want to set up for a quest until I can fill my faith bar. So let's see what we can do to fill our faith bar. Giving blessings helps with that. So that's a helpful reason to give blessings to the aged, even though they're not doing work for us anymore. An expression of goodwill soothes everyone, not only the person that I'm giving it to. We have a harvest of pumpkins. So now, I wanted to head out adventuring already today, but it didn't work out for reasons. And that's okay. This seems like a good opportunity to come up here and talk to Rakshasa, because I'm running low on seeds, and I actually have a significant amount of gold, and I don't even have to go adventuring for beet seeds if Rakshasa is going to hook me up. That'll do. Thank you, Rakshasa. It may still be helpful for me to do so, of course. But there's more and more and more that you can accomplish without crusading as the game goes on. Including picking up food and other resources via these extra secondary methods. Okay, so let's just start throwing beets in all of these patches which are available, so that my followers will help me raise the beets. Give me the beets, boys. Feed my soul. Yep, I think that's everything harvestable right now. Now this is some of the stuff that our father who waits in purgatory was talking about. Give blessings, it will cheer up the people, regardless of what else they have suffered lately, such as seeing me take back my blessing from a dead follower in order to pass it along to someone else, but not having done so yet. On which subject, sorry for interrupting, but I want to talk with you. I'm glad you appreciate it. And I remember you having some positive traits for us. Yes, you're zealous, you're naturally obedient. So I would like to particularly invest in you. And you're over here praying, so let's give you a necklace appropriate to praying. Is this Amanda or is this a Woo? That's a Woo, okay. A Woo? A Woo is still young and frisky, and leveling up in them now gives me more opportunity to benefit from it. This is Artemis. Placing Artemis in the graveyard will be a little bit complicated, and I think I'll wait until I have some time between videos to figure out where to put everything. And now I wasn't planning on staying behind, but this will help me on my crusades as well. So I'll make use of it while I'm here. Yeah, and I thought I would have at least one person level up like that from just the sermon. We're still not using commandment stones, but I will switch to the Fleece of the Diseased Heart because I don't think I desperately need to bring back materials from my next crusade. I just want it to be successful. What are you arguing about, Axtel? I clicked too soon. You weren't actually done your conversation. I'm sorry. Here, let me make up for it. I thought you'd think so. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Azriel. And with that as well, you may have noticed I am finally through the A's. Oh, I'll pet you. Good job, Alu. So I can start selecting bee names shortly. Next time we get a follower, in fact. But I've already pressed it. Already taken confession. Pretty much everything is done here. Gold crumbs. Oh wow, consecrated planks. That's something. Alright. Well, since you've given me the materials that I need, yes. Let's upgrade one of the outhouses. And while I'm here, you build, I'll cook, since you guys can't cook. to go a-crusading. It's no longer vital that we do this at the Silk Cradle, but I like to anyway. We have yet to actually go to Anura, which would traditionally be the next adventuring location. But we don't have to do things in order. Merciless Axe Get. It's got a very dramatic design. Touch of Turua does that. You've probably seen it before. Three. And apparently the Touch of Turua makes up for approximately 3 of my axe swipes with the Merciless Axe. We can also see Vosivus doing its special job there and fetching the what's this again? I'm forgetting. Fetching the something for me. Fervor, that's what it's called. When I'm actually missing any. Affinity has died of old age. Affinity lasts a long time before dying. Now that little star means that we have unlocked a critical hit on our next swing, which is weirdly predetermined when we're going to crit. In most games, it would work it out when you swing. In this one, every so often you will randomly proc that star, and when you have it, your next swing is a critical hit. So you can actually kind of plan them in advance to a certain extent, which is weird but handy. So, my people will be fretting about Affinity's death, and possibly suffering from sickness by the time I get back to base. I could go back and deal with that right away. But that would also potentially be making a bigger deal out of it than needs to be made. And I think my people can cope at least for a little while. Ooh, an extra health or 20% chance of not taking damage. I'll go with that. I don't think I want to spend 40 gold on another draw right now. Tempting though it is. Ah yes, and because I have the Fleece of the Diseased Heart, I also do effectively get an extra heart from that draw anyway. But not from the second one. Ooh. Crit. Voila. And you may also have noticed that from time to time, that happens, and my lovely bow familiar here shoots a projectile for me. Why am I going after all these bones? I don't need this many bones. I already have hundreds of bones, I'm not using them. It's habit. It's habit from other runs when I'm not avoiding picking up extra rituals. A leafy flower sculpture. Well, that's nice. And gold and question marks and fertilizer, and there's not even a single extra dungeon before the boss node. That's really weird. We don't need more fertilizer. I've already got people looking for more wood. Let's see what the question mark is about. And in the meantime, accept these chests of gold, sure? I mean, far be it from me to complain. Seems kind of weird, but alright. Maybe that's what I get for being generous with the statue. Oh, Haru! Hello, Haru. Haru? Bonds of familial duty turned instead to chains. Most voracious of appetites, curbed and contained. Most infectious of ideas, cut off and cauterized before given chance to rot and spread. Cruel, verily, alas, what other recourse was given? How does one kill death? One cannot. So, Haro being very ominous there. Rather clearly about the one who waits. Yeah, our father who are waiting in bondage, appears to just be the embodiment of death itself. Or so we keep hearing. And even if we might wish to oppose him, he cannot be killed, because how does one kill death? Puts us in a rather, helpless position, you might say. I will replace my spell with Divine Blizzard. Perhaps it might be said that we're lucky to simply have his favor. I still don't think Death's Door is worth it. I intend to avoid falling that low in health. And I still have all of my diseased heart. I've only taken one hit so far in the entire crusade. Although I did see that symbol at least once, which indicates that the 20% chance of avoiding damage when I would otherwise have taken it is procced. And now that I've picked up that heart, I'm even in the same position I would be in had I not taken any damage at all. Where am I? I believe that damage that I did take was actually from dodge rolling into one of those traps too. It wasn't actually a hit. In a more conventional sense. Like I didn't get hit by an adversary, I dodged. And dodged into the wrong place, as will happen sometimes if you're not being careful in the right ways, while being perhaps overzealous in others. Dodging too violently can very much lead to making more of a mess, as I mentioned to a friend earlier today. But in that situation I was talking about social contexts rather than physical contexts or video games. Alright. What's over here? Lots of stuff is over here. My goodness. Opportunity to take more damage. In case I wanted that. In case I was frustrated with having not taken sufficient damage. Nice multi-shot. I got behind you though. And thank goodness for Rakshasa as well, because I didn't come across any vegetables so far in this dungeon, and this is the dungeon to try and get beets in. Mini boss time. Focalor. Big scary spider. What? I like how Focalor, considerately gets stuck in the ground after charging down. Very nice of him to fight fairly like that, give me a chance to hit him. Oh, does he not come down unless... Well, it's dodging into fireballs again. I was hoping to make this a no damage boss fight. You know, I always hope. Yeah, that didn't work out because I dodged into a fireball. Second time this run. Oh well. You put up a fair fight, Focalor. I appreciate it. Also, I like your design. Ah, yes, and we get a bonus. Gold nuggets, lumber. I'll take the blueprint, thanks. I'm not suffering for other things. Ah, yes. Because that's what we deserve after a grueling boss fight. Dirt. Thank you ever so much, Focalor. I'm glad to know what you think of me. Let's see what happens when we actually get him on the induction thing. Alright. I picked up some silk, which is nice. And perhaps to be expected with the silk cradle. This door is locked, so we have nothing else to do but return to the cult. So how much have things fallen to shit after Affinity's death? We had some success on the crusade. Picked up 15 silk, and that's nice. Somewhat, but not terribly. And our followers are inspired. I'm going to do this again, upset my people by taking the gifts that I give in order to give them on to someone else. I wasn't... Clearly the most sanitary of all possible proceedings. Now, I'm trying to clean this up. Now, I know where Affinity fits into this stuff, because Affinity, is that spot over there, and I forgot how I was doing this. So I'm going to have to put Affinity into one of these spots, and then move it. So Affinity is the one on the end there. Move things. Affinity goes here. The leafy flower sculpture looks like this. It's rather adorable. Not sure why there's a cancel sign in it though. I didn't think that's the sign of my cult. It's bigger than I expected it to be. Also, only the finest dirt might also be somewhat more appropriate for these grave mounds, so perhaps I do have a use for it after all. lumber, stone. I take it from this that I've returned from my successful missionary bearing gifts. Managed to find 37 logs. Well done, Avernum. Oh, that just means that they're still out. Okay, Akinas is still questing, and will be back sometime later today. No, you know what? I appreciate that, everybody, but you are coming back in here for a sermon even though it's late at night. I apologize for failing to manage my time better, but we're doing this. And I'll make it up to you with blessings in the morning. Worth it. I will also take a confession. I can only do that once a day. All gold. Yeah, I'll have to prove it to you. It's alright. Did you just get up from your bed in order to be blessed as well? Fascinating. Also, it does not necessarily wake up your followers to collect loyalty benefits from them, which is an interesting advantage you might not have known about. Okay, so now I do have plenty of lumber, so I can afford to do that. And our better outhouse has been built. Build a better outhouse. And this has crumbled. So let's show you something. Let's show you something a little bit later and just replace it for now. I will place another one and avoid deleting that. So I might as well tell you what I'm doing. At this point, we're just mopping up the extra upgrades. We'll get all of them eventually. And my cult generates so much devotion so quickly that that's going to happen before lots of other things that might otherwise have been a concern. Go water these beets. Ooh, and harvest some of them. Not that I needed to be the one to do that, but I'm excited about the prospect of succeeding at this quest. I'm going to go ahead and nurture yet more beets. Andal has reached old age. Alright, you can place the upgrades over the old structures as long as they're still there, even if they're collapsed. And the increased capacity of the improved lumber camp applies whenever you build it. So to get the maximum possible yield out of an improved lumber camp, you want to actually use up the lumber camp that it's being built on, and then use the remains of that for the improved one. Hey Akinas, how are you doing? Found even more wood. Thank you. You've done well. Take my blessing. And get some rest. Blessings to all. Have you had a good night? Hello there, Azriel. I rather feel like investing in you. You're one of my newest members, and I like to get people up to a certain level of proficiency. Good, good. Now, sorry to leave you there, Focalor. I do like your cool web design. You are faithless and skeptical and sickly. I don't so much like that. There is no form here that I would rather you take than your own. That's fine. Be white. And it's time for the bees. I will call you Baba. Guess what, Focalor? Baba is you. So you're kind of useless at worship. So I'll have you chop lumber instead. And yeah, we'll take a closer look at that. See, the generating devotion 15% slower is different than the generally, I don't remember what it's called, I keep calling it laziness, or sloth. I think it might just be slothful, which reduces rate of both devotion gaining and other things. So Baba's rate of doing other things isn't reduced, only devotion generation. So as long as I don't have him doing that, he's not going to really demonstrate the penalty, which is nice. I am going to go ahead and take the yield there and go ahead and plant some more beets over here. Story beets for my story advancing quest. On which subject? I can now afford the 3 splendid vegetable feasts that I was asked for. This is a high tier meal, so I have to be careful not to burn it. And with really high tier food, our followers may actually gain loyalty after eating it because they're that thrilled with the experience. Let's check it out. My people are so thrilled. Okay. Refined stone. More fish. Ajarica hasn't been blessed yet today. Applejack, however, has, and is doing good work for us in the farming. Now I have plenty of wood, so I should be able to afford to build another farm space over here. There we go. So now all of these plots can be tended to as well. And while I'm doing that, getting these plots over here a second scarecrow and their own harvest totem would also be rather ideal so that we can get the most use out of the extra space. Amanda, would you go and consecrate those resources, please? speaking of consecrating resources, let's make that go faster. Because we're going to want more and more and more of those. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, refined gold bars, they're going to be needed for things, and that silk we picked up is enough to finish upgrading the demonic summoning circle, if we want to do that. But I would rather use the bars right now on the refinement. Now check this out. Astarte is planting these crops for us. And this particular one will not allow Astarte to harvest them yet, but they can be planted, they can be tended. And once I have enough consecrated resources, I can upgrade that as well and increase the rate of growth. I don't have that yet though. I can, however, place another silo, which I think is a good thing to do. Because having this many farms around, it may be easy for us to run out of seeds for them. Thank you, thank you. This will definitely win their heart. I hope it does for you. Best of luck with that, Avernum. I wish you and Daru all the very best. Ajarica dies. Everyone dies eventually. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Poor followers in their queasy stomachs. Yes, mourning is appropriate, it's okay. Okay, you know what? If I'm going to do this thing, where I put the open graves close by so that I can use them more easily, then let's commit to doing that and not have them all the way over here. Now, Ajarica, I'm fairly confident, was for here. That's Ira, that's Akat, Ajarica belongs between them. There we go. And I will dress over the grave with sarcasm dirt. And that is the first half of our A's in the alphabet. And okay, Amanda is still around though. So that is almost our first half of the A's. But not quite. Alright, I'm going to allow this planting to be a disorganized mess because I haven't got enough seeds to bother doing otherwise with it. Is Amanda even in old age yet? Let's take a look at our follower screen. Amanda is not even in old age yet. Amanda is trucking on just like Affinity did. Okay. Awesome. And Baba... Have I not even blessed Baba yet? Like, even once? I really thought I had. Holy crap, I haven't. Well, that's on me, Baba. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, it seems that my followers heard that I needed more consecrated resources to do the things I want to do, so they decided to give me some, which is very kind of them. And I might even go ahead and place a couple more of these because they are... I mean, I might even call it broken. They are so good. Can only afford one more right now, though. Let's go and put these all in the same place, make it nice and symmetrical. What a lovely domestic thing. Okay. So I got lucky and that 50% procced all 3 times that I made this. Also, we can now make a modest mixed meal with those salmon that we keep getting left in our bowls, and the pumpkins that we're now growing, and the meat that we brought in. And it's somewhat resource expensive, but that doesn't make it a bad option. So yeah, as the game moves on, it becomes harder and harder to find stopping points. I guess it's part of why this game is so addictive. I guess that's part of why this game is so easy to like and get into. The base gameplay loop is so good. It's very compelling. Base building leads into Crusades, leads back into base building. I'm going to do some fishing tonight, and then I'm going to try to commit to actually cutting the video before doing any other daytime cult activities like conducting a sermon in the morning. I guess it's just one of my supernatural blessed by death abilities to catch multiple fish at a time with a rod and line. Now I think it's a squid, the one that I haven't caught and given to the fisherman yet. I don't remember if there's a specific silhouette that the squids tend to have. Like whether they tend to be a specific size. Refined gold in the water caught with a hook, because that makes sense. Sure. Let's check in with you. Yeah, it's a squid that I haven't given you yet. And there's no squid there, so... that's okay. Cough, cough. And here I am returning to base, which is where I said I'd end this, so I guess I'd better do that. Join me next time where our lumberyard has run out of lumber. But it might be the one that already did.